the Green Bay Packers have signed Mr. Rodgers to a
Aaron,
4-year, $200 million deal.
I
Well,
just
so
I'm
now they're
wait, real quick.
backtracking.
I'm gonna just start off and say it's a good thing for Aaron, but it's a bad thing for everyone else. As far as the defenders, because who the hell wants a franchise tag? Because that means you don't really have loyalty to me. Like look at Chris Godwin. He took a franchise tag, blew his knee. Who's to say I don't know about Tampa. Maybe they have faith that he'll come back, but at that point, it's like, look, we gave you 15 mil for a year. We don't really have to submit to you long term. We can let you go, test the market. We're gonna let somebody else deal with that. You coming off injury. So I think with a lot of those, the rush ends, the Smith guys, Jair Alexander. I know he's coming up for a contract. You got Adrian Amos, a couple of those linebackers and interior linemen. You're gonna have to have that discussion with them, like, hey, we're gonna have to pay you less or franchise tag you. And I think some of them are gonna be like, bro, I'm not taking a franchise tag. You're renting me for a year.
Well, I mean, you don't really get a choice whether you get franchise tagged. But yeah,
But well, you do because you can accept it or not. Now that's up to you.
how do you not accept it? I mean, what do you just out of the league? Like they
I
have the
mean,
right.
you would have to sign
They
it,
have
I'm
the
sure, right?
yeah, or else you're out of the league. You can't go sign with another team. Like you have to accept. Like they have the rights to you for 2 years. They can franchise tag you twice.
They
So
just
no other team can touch you if they franchise tag you. So yeah. But here's the thing: there is some benefits to it. You become they take the top 5 players at your position in the league, average out their pay, and then you get whatever the top 5 paid players make. So you do make a lot of money those franchise tag years. But that's also there's probably your best years. And then when you come out of them, sure, you made a lot of money, but it's tough to get a contract coming out of them because they probably just, when you got someone on franchise tag, you're paying them top 5 money. What ends up happening is you use that player a ton. You just abuse that player, get everything you can out of them. And then that way, when the franchise tag is over, no one else wants them. And then you can either get them for less money or you don't need them no more because you burned up their best years. That's the downsides of it. But you do make a lot of money in those 2 years.
you do, but like I say, what if hypothetically, right? What if DeMarco Murray was on a franchise tag that year he did what he did in Dallas?
Mm-hmm.
And then you become damaged goods because
I
he
agree.
had
I agree. It's a huge downside.
Brown.
It's a huge downside. So, listen, if you get franchise tags, save that money. Nothing's guaranteed after that. But
I guess I need
save
to
that
tell
money.
David Njoku that too, because the Browns just franchise tagged him. But besides the point, I mean,
Did they?
yeah, they did.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah. But I mean, honestly, it's just I'm probably have to go agree with Nico on this one. Just it just hurts the team, honestly. Especially like when it comes to trying to re-sign Devontae Adams. How is that going to go? That's was really the key piece of Aaron Rodgers supposed to be staying was that they was going to keep Devontae Adams. So I mean, is that meaning that he's going to sign for even less money now? Because I mean, with Aaron Rodgers now being the highest paid player in the league now, I mean, that's kind of tough. But like I said, I just feel like it's definitely going to be tough for Aaron Rodgers to add pieces now. I feel like he should have took a little less, only because that was his main concern last year was the fact that he didn't have any weapons. So you pretty much just made it even more harder for your team to get weapons now. So I mean, that's the only confusing part to me of why he signed so much, because now, like I said, it's just now you really pretty much gonna have the same team for last year.
And I think it's interesting
Monte Adams.
based off what you just said. Well, it is interesting because you've had people like Antonio Brown on the market, Odell. You could sign and trade for these guys, and you didn't get none of them. You didn't get none of them. You rolled with Lazard and Valdez Scantling,
And they had the
and what
money,
that got
clearly.
you?
And they had
And what
clearly
has
had.
that gotten you? It's gotten you. You haven't made it to the Super Bowl since that year with Donald Driver, Greg Jennings, and all those guys. You
09,
ain't made it
2010.
back. You ain't made it back. So maybe if you were to spend, I think Amari is about to get released soon. From Dallas. Why not? Why not?
But that's what I'm saying. How are they going to pay him now, though?
Well,
I
okay,
mean,
but
yeah,
back
true,
to the
100%.
original, back to the original statement was, listen, Aaron Rodgers has come out and said that he is a Packer going forward, but he said he has
You
not
ain't got
signed a contract.
no choice. You got 4 years.
But he said he has not signed a contract, and the terms of the contract are not true. So we'll see. It might be 49 million. We'll see what he means by not true, because it could be mostly true, right? Like so we never know with Aaron Rodgers. He makes up some stuff, and a lot of people make up stuff about him. We never know the news. But that being said, we talked about this last week, and I did say, to me, if he stays a Packer or goes to the Titans, he's worth $50 million. Anywhere else, I wouldn't sign him $50 million. So I still believe that. I still believe he's worth $50 million. I believe he can listen, I believe Devontae Adams is a great weapon and possibly the greatest receiver in the league. I don't think he is, but I think he has potential to be the greatest year in and year out. But I also think that also relies on what quarterback he has too, a little bit. I don't, there's a lot of guys that I don't know how great they'd actually be without certain quarterbacks. I think this guy would still be a top-notch receiver. I just don't know that he'd be top 3 or whatever. I mean, there's some really good guys out there, So for me, I think this is not what's going to ruin the Packers. What ruins the Packers is the fact that since they won the Super Bowl 11 years ago, they have drafted 11 players on first round, 10 of them being defensive. The only offensive player they've drafted in the first round of the last 11 years was Jordan Love. Like, this is the pack. They did this to themselves. So I'm not even like, they've made so many mistakes. Now they're trying to make up for it. They're trying to show their guys who they believe in all. I'm glad that, I don't like a franchise tag, but I'm glad that they're not letting Devontae Adams go. Like, that would have been way worse. That would have been stupid. And also, Aaron Rodgers is saying that whatever terms he makes on his contract are going to be team friendly. That way they can re-sign these guys. Because Devontae Adams hasn't been franchise tagged yet. There's still a chance he could get himself an extension too. So we'll see. But that being said, like, I think he is worth 50. Listen, he's making what Russell Westbrook's making. Like, that's what's crazy. Like, when we put in perspective, like, how much these guys make, and I know there's a lot more players on an NFL team, but like, we're talking about the 2-time reigning MVP making what, like, a guy we're possibly talking about should be benched and the NBA make. So yeah, I think he is worth $50 million to them, but so we'll see. We'll see what his contract looks like when it's written up. But yeah, I don't know how much actually different it's going to be from what that's been reported, but we'll see.